Hi guys, welcome to Shai's Asana. Today we're going to have a core balance flow. So if you have a block or even a pillow or rolled up blanket, bring that to the top of the mat. Anything will do. It's just something to reach down and be able to put your hands on when you're in a balance pose. If you have nothing, that's okay too. You can always bend your knee so you can reach the floor. Other than that, just get ready, have your water nearby, and let's get into it. All right, we're going to start in tabletop, so hands and knees. Make sure to leave that block or whatever it is at the top of your mat for later. All right, so come to the middle of the mat, stack your hips over your knees and your shoulders over your wrists. Inhale as you drop your belly, lift your gaze, lift your hips, come into cow pose. Exhale as you round your spine towards the ceiling, tucking your chin in for cat. Inhale for cow, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. Exhale for cat, rounding the spine, really tucking that chin in and sucking that tummy in. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale, round the spine to the ceiling, cat. Deep inhale as you drop that belly for cow. And big exhale as you round that spine for cat. One more. Inhale for cow. And exhale, cat pose. Find neutral. Tuck your toes under and now push your weight into your toes as you lift your knees up just about an inch or two. Just hold it there. It's warming up the core as we hold this space. Keep breathing. Take another breath. Next, exhale, set your knees down. Good. Lift your right arm out in front of you. Extend your left leg behind you. Hold this here. Can you balance? Can you engage your core? Keep one long line from your right fingertip to your left toes. Hold it in balance as you inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, set down the knee and the hand. Extend the left arm out in front of you and extend the right leg out behind you. One long line from the left fingertips to the right toe tips. Breathe as you extend and find balance. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, set down the knee, set down the hand. Drop your belly for cow, inhale. Exhale around the spine for cat. Inhale, drop that belly, cow pose. Exhale around the spine for cat. One more, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Find neutral. Bring your elbows down to the mat where your hands are. Now extend your legs to the back of the mat so you're on the balls of your feet. Find forearm plank. Really push the mat away with your forearms so you can get a long spine here. Make sure you're not dropping your head. Continue to breathe. Bend your right knee and tap the right knee to the mat. Lift it up. Bend the left knee and tap it to the mat. Lift it up. Right knee tap. Up. Left knee tap. Up. Right. Up. Left. Up. Right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Keep pushing the mat away. Left. Right, left, breathe, right, left, keep going, right, left, a couple more, right, left, last one, right, and left, and knees down, push your hips back, open the knees up, child's pose. Try to really sit those hips back and down onto your heels, stretching out. Then push forward, coming back up into tabletop. Make sure you've got that stacking, hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. Tuck your toes under, push into the balls of your feet as you lift your knees up 1 or 2 inches. Breathe as you hold. Try to keep a flat back here, just as if you're in tabletop, and really push the mat away with your hands. Engage your core. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower the knees to the mat. Untuck your toes. Bring your right elbow down to the mat where your hand is, and then bring your left elbow down. Forearm plank. Extend your legs to the back of the mat, coming onto the balls of your feet. Hold here in your forearm plank. Push the mat away. Keep that head lifted. Don't drop at your neck. Hold it as you breathe. 1 long line. All right, drape both heels over to the left, little hip dip. Come back to center. Drape the heels to the right, hip dip. And heels come up. Left and up, and breathe. Right and up. Left, up. Heels go right, up. Heels go left, up. Right, up. Heels go left and up and right and up. Left, up, right, up, left, right. 1 more set. Left, right. Come back to center. Hold. Hold it with your core, really pushing the mat away, holding the forearm plank. You got this. And then walk your feet up and in, coming into dolphin. So your feet come closer. You're still on your forearms. You're pushing the mat away, finding that upside down V with your body. Heels can be lifted, knees can be bent. And now lift your elbows up off the mat, coming into down dog. Good. Walk your dog, bending your knees 1 at a time. So good. All right, try to straighten both legs now, a little straighter. They don't have to be all the way straight, but just try to lengthen them so your heels are coming closer to the mat. Good. Now bend your knees, bring your knees down to the mat, coming back into tabletop position. All right, extend your right arm out to the front of the room. Extend your left leg to the back of the room. Hold it, use your core. Long, flat spine, big reach from those right fingertips to those left toe tips. You got this. Breathe and hold. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. And release. Hand comes down, knee comes down. Extend your left arm to the front of the room. Extend your right leg behind you. Just breathe, engage, and stay lifted. You can do this. Two more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, release. Open your knees up, send your hips back and down, child's pose. So good. We're getting there, getting through this warm up. You're going to be nice and warm so you can hold those balanced poses. Your core will be ready. All right, push your hands into the mat, lift your knees, come through tabletop. From tabletop, lower your forearms to the mat. Stick your legs out behind you, coming under the balls of your feet so you can come into forearm plank. All right, this time roll both of your feet over to the left and extend your right arm to the sky for side plank on your forearm. Bring the right hand down, right forearm comes down, roll to the other side, right forearm plank, and bring that down. Feet roll to the left, side forearm plank. Bring the forearm down, feet roll to the right, side forearm plank. And bring that down, switch sides, forearm plank. Down, switch sides, forearm plank. And come back to center, switch to the left, forearm plank. Come back to center, heels go to the right, forearm plank. Come back to center. Heels go to the left, forearm plank. Come back to center. Heels go to the right, forearm plank. Extend that left arm to the sky. Come back to center and hold. Hold as you breathe. Walk your feet in towards your midline. Now lift your elbows up, coming onto your hands, down dog. Just breathe in your dog. Really lift those hips up and back. Bend your knees a little bit. Tilt your hips up higher. Really stick that butt up and back. Now with this shape in your back, now try to straighten your legs a little more towards the mat. Bring those heels down, keeping that spine long. So good. Inhale as you lift your heels again, bending your knees. And now drape both of your heels over to the left. Now try to straighten your legs out again here, just keeping this twist. So your upper body is straight and your lower body is twisted to the right. Come back to center. Bend your knees a little bit, really stick that tailbone up. Now drop your heels over to the right and start to straighten the legs a little bit more. Bend your knees and come back to center. Walk your hands back to your feet, right in front of your feet. Hold your forward fold. Really bend over here. Keep a micro bend in your knees. Allow your hands to hang heavy towards the mat. Let go of your neck so your head can really hang heavy. You maybe shake it yes or no a few times. And then if you want, grab opposite elbows with your hands. Maybe sway a little side to side. So good. Now release your hands down to the mat. Maybe start to straighten your legs a little bit more. Just feel the hamstring stretch, but keep the weight in the balls of your feet. Continue to breathe. Good. Now place your hands on the mat in front of your feet. Bend your knees. Walk your hands all the way forward, coming back into down dog. Inhale as you shift your weight forward, bring the shoulders over the wrists for plank pose. All right. Let's do knee taps. Lower the right knee. Lift it. Lower the left knee. Tap. Then right. And up. Left. Up. Right. Up. Left tap, right tap, left, right, left, right. Keep going. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Stay lifted, stay long. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Last set. Right, left, and push back to down dog. Good. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Forward fold, hang out here. Let your head hang heavy. Really release those hamstrings. Allow your back to be long here. So good. Maybe grab opposite elbows and add a little sway if that feels good for you. Bring your hands back to the mat in front of your feet and walk them back out, coming in a down dog. Stretch out in your dog, really pushing those hips up and back. And then on your inhale, shift forward to plank. Good. Hold your plank. Drop both of your heels over to the left. Staying in plank, but you've got a twist in the bottom part of your body. Bring heels back to center. Drop the heels to the right. And center. Drop the heels to the left. Center. Right. Center. Left. Keep breathing. Center. Right. Center. Left. Center. Right. Center. Left. Up. Right. Up. Left. Up. Right. Up. Left. Up. Keep going. Right. Left. Right. Left, right, left, last side, right, and up and back to down dog. Walk your hands back in front of your feet, hang out in your forward fold. Maybe find that sway. Really try to stretch those hamstrings. If you want, you can bend opposite knees here. To walk out your forward fold a little bit, getting deeper into alternate hamstrings. Good. Then set your hands down on the mat in front of your feet. Walk back out to down dog. Almost done here, guys. Hips are high and lifted in down dog. Now shift your weight forward. Shoulders over wrists. Hold the high plank. Drop your heels to the left. Extend your right arm to the sky. Side plank. Come back to center. Drop your heels to the right. Extend the left arm. Side plank. And center. Heels to the left. Right arm up. Come to center. Heels to the right. Left arm lifts. And center. Heels to the left. Lift the right arm. Come to center. Heels to the right. Left arm lifts. And center. Side plank again. Center, switch sides, up and center, up and center, up, center, up, center, up, center, last set, up, center, up, center, push back to down dog. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Hang out in your forward fold. Take a couple deep breaths here. Then slowly start to roll your spine up one vertebra at a time, bending your knees slightly. Head is the last thing to lift. Arms come by your sides. Tadasana, mountain pose. Feet or hips width distance. Close your eyes for a moment. Just check in with yourself. Go internal. How do you feel? That was a big warm-up. All right, open your eyes. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, elongate your spine. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands out to the front of the mat, coming into plank pose. Inhale, hold plank. Exhale, lower your knees if you wish, and then chaturanga. Bend at your elbows. Then lower all the way to the mat. Untuck your toes. Keep your hands right on the outside of your chest, but hover the fingers up off the mat. And on your next inhale, lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. Push the tops of your feet into the mat. Stay in cobra. Breathe here. We're engaging our back muscles. It's really important when you're working the front of your body, you're also working the back. So core is not just abs. Your back is a huge part of your core. Breathe here as you hold, using your back to lift you up, give you that back bend. Hold another breath, and then exhale, lower to the mat. Good. Take a breath. On your next inhale, peel your head, neck, and shoulders up. Hover those hands. Let's do some pulses. Slightly pulse your back up a little further, and then come back. Pulse, back. You're still lifted. Just doing a few more pulses. You might slightly use your abs here to kind of push into the mat and lift you up. Just find these pulses, tiny pulses in cobra. Hands are lifted, heart is lifted. Just coming up a little higher and then back to kind of a neutral cobra. Up and up, up, lift, hover, hover up. Come on, do these pulses with me. You got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower everything to the mat. Good. So good. All right, this time I want you to keep your hands on the mat, but peel your head, neck, and shoulders up. Push the tops of your feet into the mat to lift the kneecaps. Hold your cobra. Take 3 breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Relax your shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Release your head to the mat. Push your palms into the mat as you tuck your toes under. Push up into plank. And then send your hips up and back, down dog. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, slightly bend your knees as you walk your hands back towards your feet. Hang out in your forward fold on your exhale. And then inhale, halfway lift, elongate your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand with a flat back, arms come overhead. Exhale, release your hands by your sides. Tadasana. So good. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms, bend your knees, start to walk your hands to the front of the mat, coming through plank. Hold on your inhale. Lower your knees if you wish, and exhale, chaturanga. Bend at your elbows, keeping those arms in. Then inhale as you lower all the way to the mat. Untuck your toes. Release your hands and bring them out in front of you. So walk them all the way forward. All right, inhale. Peel your head, neck, and shoulders up. Lift those arms. Try to bring the biceps by your ears. Hold here and breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. And then lower to the mat. Keep those arms outstretched. Take a breath as we rest. All right. Inhale as you lift your head, heart, shoulders. Lift the arms, biceps by your ears. Lift the feet up. Lift your kneecaps. Lift your thighs. Hold your locust or Superman or Superwoman pose. Just breathe as you hold. Really try to lift. Use your back body. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Lower to the mat. Keep those arms outstretched. So good. We're going to do one more thing here. Take one more breath as you rest. Then inhale as you peel your head, neck, and shoulders up. Lift those arms. Lift those legs. All right, little pulses here if you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Go down. So good. All right. Bring the hands back beside the chest, pushing them into the mat. Fingertips are under the shoulders. Tuck your toes under. Push up either into tabletop or straight up to plank. And then shift your hips up and back, down dog. Bend your knees as you walk your hands back in front of your feet. Hang out in your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand with a flat back. Arms come overhead. Exhale, release your hands by your sides. Tadasana. So good. Inhale, bring your arms up. Just out in front of you, extended towards the front wall. Feet are still hips width distance. Palms face the ceiling. Lengthen your spine. Then sit your butt back and down, coming into chair pose. Hold your chair. Keep the weight shifted back in this pose. So the weight is in your heels. It's as if your toes could lift up off the mat. Breathe here as you hold. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take another breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten your legs, bring your torso up. Keep those arms outstretched. All right, pick up your heels, come onto your toes. Find something to gaze at to hold your balance. With your heels lifted, bend your knees and sit your hips back and down, finding this tippy toe chair. Try to keep your heels from slanting outward or inward. You want to just keep that lift. Knees are pointed forward. Breathe as you find your balance. Maybe sink your hips a little lower. Inhale, straighten your legs, lower your heels. Keep those arms outstretched and lifted. One more pose here in chair. Turn your toes slightly inward, so pigeon toe them in. Bend your knees a little bit, just so your knees knock in together. Start to slide your back like it's sliding down the wall behind you, keeping it really flat against that pretend wall. Bending your knees, lowering all the way down until you have your hips hovering just above your heels. Make sure you have a slight slant of your thighs so your knees are pointing
kind of downward. Hold here. You're really engaging your thighs and your glutes. Take another breath. Inhale, lift up a little bit. And then on your next breath, start to slide all the way back up that wall, keeping the knees together. Chest lifts. Release the heels down. Release the arms by your side. Turn those toes back to face forward. Breathe in Tadasana. Take a breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale as you lift your arms overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Walk out to plank. Walk your hands to the front of the mat. Good. Hold your plank. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Shift your hips up and back, down dog. Good. Breathe in the dog. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Hold your plank. We're breathing. We're holding. You got this. Shift your hips up and back, down dog. And breathe. Shift forward to plank. Shoulders over wrists. Continue to breathe. Really hug in that core. Pull it in. Push the mat away with your hands. Hips go up and back, down dog. All right, shoulders over wrist. Last plank here in this mid part. And hips go up and back, down dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Either step or hop to the top of the mat. In between your hands, come to your forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand with a flat back. Arms come overhead. Exhale, release your arms by your sides. Good. Let's move on to sun B. Let's really get flowing now. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms and step back to plank or hop straight to chaturanga. If you're in plank, lower to chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Take the back bend. Exhale, shift your hips up and back as you tuck your toes, taking your down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up behind you. Open the knee and either stay here with the knee open towards the right side of the room or towards the ceiling, trying to open that hip up. Or you can step that right foot behind you as you lift the right arm up off the mat and come into your flipped dog. Up to you which version you take. Keep breathing. If you're in flipped dog, come back to three-legged dog. And everyone in three-legged dog, neutralize those hips, so square them off. On your next inhale, bring your right knee to your nose. And then step it in between your hands, putting that right foot down on the inside of your right thumb. All right, find your stability here in this low lunge. Right leg is bent, left leg is straight. Inhale, lift your torso up. Then raise your arms. Crescent pose. Neutral pelvis here, so try not to have a pelvic tilt. If you do, reach down, grab your hips with your hands. See if they're tilted forward. If they are, bend the back knee a little bit, straighten them up, and then start to extend that left knee again. All right. Bring your hands together, cross all 10 fingers, and release the index fingers so we have a steeple grip. Arms are by your biceps. Hinge about 45 degrees forward with your torso. Push all of that weight into your right foot. Maybe step the back foot in just a tad. Now I want you to inhale and push everything into the right foot as you lift up the left foot behind you, coming into warrior three. Point your toes in this warrior three. So your back toes are pointed. Right leg is straight if you can. You can have a slight bend if you need it. Hips are square. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the right knee as you step the left foot back to the back of the mat, opening up the hands back into crescent pose. So good. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bend your torso forward 45 degrees. Step the back foot in, maybe just a smidge, and then push off of your back foot to step it up off the mat, coming forward. Now release your left hand down onto the block or the mat. Right arm comes towards the sky, revolved half moon. Keep your left foot flexed, left toes point towards the mat. Good. Take a breath. You're twisting, you're balancing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale, step your left foot to the back of the mat as you bend your right knee, untwist your body, bring your arms overhead, crescent pose. So good, everybody. Take a few deep, calming breaths here, in and out through your nose. One more breath in crescent. On your next exhale, shift your torso forward about 45 degrees, so slight bend forward. Step that back foot in a little bit, then push off the back leg, lifting it up behind you. Release the right hand to the block now, or the mat. Open up the hips to the left, and bring the left arm to the sky for half moon. Gaze can be down at your right hand, or it can be at that left wall, or maybe even up at your left thumb, depending on your balance, how you feel today, a lot of factors. Good. Take another breath here. Bend your right knee, square out your hips, and step the left foot to the back of the mat. Arms come overhead, back into crescent pose. So good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, bring your hands back together. Clasp all 10 fingers, release the index fingers. Biceps are by your ears. All right, shift your torso forward 45 degrees. Push off your back foot as you lift it up in the air, straightening your right leg, coming back into warrior three. Point those lifted toes. Take another breath here. Then bend your right knee, step the left foot to the back of the mat, release the clasp of your hands, crescent pose. So good. Inhale. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Turn the left toes out a little bit so your left heel releases to the mat. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bow forward into your pyramid pose, extending your torso over your right leg. Keep some length in your spine here. With each inhale, maybe get a little longer. And with each exhale, bending a little lower. So good. Take another breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend your front right knee, come onto the ball of your back foot. On your next inhale, rise your torso up and cartwheel your arms open to a T, releasing the left heel onto the mat, warrior two. Look down at your feet. Do you have heel to arch alignment? If not, make that right foot walk in a little bit so that the heel lines up with the middle of your left foot. Good. Breathe. All right, straighten your right leg. Shift your hips back as you reach your right fingertips forward. And when you can't reach any longer, release the right hand onto your shin or the mat or even the block, and raise the left arm to the sky for Trikonasana triangle pose. Really open your chest here. Find a broadness between your collarbones from fingertip to fingertip. Continue to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bend your right knee. Bring the right elbow on top of the right knee and extend your left arm towards the front of the room for extended side angle. Good. Stay here, or you can drop your right hand to the inside of your right foot for a little bit of a deeper stretch. So good. Take another breath. Then lift your torso up as you bring your arms out to a T, coming back into warrior two. Spin onto the ball of your left foot, turning your hips forward, arms come overhead, crescent pose. So good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All right, on your next breath, tilt your torso about 45 degrees forward. Push that weight into your right foot as you step the left foot up next to it, bending the left knee. Bring the left knee in towards your chest and grab it with your hands. Now open the left knee to the side, holding it with your left hand, and place the sole of the left foot on the inside of your right thigh, or maybe on your right calf, or even down inside of the right ankle. Find tree pose. Bring your hands to heart center. Maybe one hand, maybe both. You can keep one hand to hold the left leg if you need that, if you would like that. Up to you. Try to really lengthen your spine here. So make sure you're not sticking your butt out and arching your back. Find length. Take another breath. Maybe reach your arms up overhead, playing with balance. Maybe even look up. If you really want to try something hard, close your eyes. All right, release your arms down by your sides. Release the left knee. Stand in Tadasana. So good. Arms by your sides. Feet are together or apart. You're just standing, breathing and being. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, hinge forward and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms and either step back to plank or hop straight to chaturanga. If you're in plank, lower to chaturanga. And then on your inhale, take your cobra or your up dog. Take your back bend. Exhale, lift those hips up and back. Down dog. Breathe in your dog. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale as you lift your right leg to the sky. Then open the hip, bending the right knee. Stay here with your open hip. Or if you want, you can flip your dog by stepping that left foot behind you, lifting the left arm up off the mat, raising your hips up, coming into your back bend. If you're in flip to dog, come back to three-legged dog with the left leg lifted, and everyone square off your hips. All right, left leg is still extended and lifted, but hips are square. Inhale, bring your left knee to your nose. Step the left foot down in between your hands. It steps next to your left thumb. Find your low crescent lunge with your legs. Inhale as you lift your torso, then raise your arms. Stay in your crescent lunge. Let's take a few breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, bring your hands together, cross all 10 fingers, release the index fingers. Can you have an opposite thumb on top this time from the last time? Arms are by your ears. Shift your weight forward 45 degrees. Your torso comes down a little bit. Come up high into the ball of the back foot. Maybe step the back foot in a tiny bit. And now shift all of your weight into your left foot as you raise your right leg up off the mat. Parallel to the mat, coming into warrior three. Point the right toes. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee, step the right foot to the back of the mat, open the hands, crescent lunge. Take 3 breaths here. All right, come up high into the ball of the back foot as you tilt your torso 45 degrees forward. Push off of the back foot to lift that right leg up in the air, straightening the left leg. Bring your right hand down to the block or the mat and lift your left arm to the sky. Keep that right foot flexed, finding your revolved half moon. Take another breath. Then bend your left knee as you step your right foot to the back of the mat. Arms come overhead, finding crescent lunge again. Take another inhale. And exhale. Inhale, rise up high into the ball of your back foot. Tilt your torso forward 45 degrees. Push off the back foot. Lift the right leg in the sky. Open the right toes to the right as you extend the right arm to the sky. Finding half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Hips are open to that right wall. Right arm is lifted. You can gaze at the floor or at the right wall or even up at your right thumb. Oops. Try to find your balance. It's really hard to move your gaze up here. All right, bend your left knee, square off your hips, and step the right foot to the back of the mat. Arms come back overhead, crescent lunge. So good. Bring your hands together, cross all 10 fingers, release the index fingers. One more warrior three, and then we get to stretch it out with a pyramid pose, okay? Inhale, come up high into the ball of your foot. Bend your torso forward, shift everything onto that left leg as you straighten the left leg and lift the right leg behind you. Warrior three, point the right toes. And bend the left knee, set the right foot down at the back of the mat, open the arms, crescent pose, then straighten the left leg. Turn the right toes outward to release the right heel onto the mat. Inhale as you lengthen, both legs are straight. Exhale, bow forward over your extended left leg. Pyramid pose. Bring that forehead close to the knee or to the shin and stretch it out. So good, guys. Take another breath here. Then bend your left knee as you pivot onto the ball of your right foot. Coming back up into crescent pose, lift your torso, raise your arms. Then bring your arms out to a T as you open your hips to the right, releasing that right heel down to the mat. Find warrior two. Check for that heel to arch alignment. And make sure that your bent knee is pointed over the outside of the foot rather than over the big toe. So you want to have external rotation here. You want it moving outward. Continue to breathe. Inhale as you straighten your left leg. Shift your hips back as you reach your left fingertips forward to the front of the room. When you can't reach any longer, release the left hand to your shin or to the block or the mat and raise your right arm to the sky for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Take another breath. Now bend your left knee as you bring up your bent left elbow on top of your left knee and extend your right arm up over your head towards the front of the room, reaching those fingertips towards the front, finding your side angle. Stay here, or option two, release your left hand to the inside of your left foot for a little deeper stretch. On your next inhale, lift your torso up and bring your arms to a T, coming back to warrior two. All right, spin your hips to the front of the room, coming onto the ball of your back foot, arms come overhead, crescent lunge. Come up high onto the ball of that back foot. As you shift your weight forward into the left foot, now bring your right foot up in, bring the right knee into your chest, keeping the right foot lifted. Bring your hands down on top of your right knee. Hold it here for a second. Now bring your left hand to your left hip and holding your right knee with your right hand, open it out to the right. And then bring the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh, or maybe the calf, or down at the ankle, wherever you prefer. Find tree with your body, and then if you're ready, bring one hand to heart center, maybe both, for prayer hands. Keep that lift and that engagement. Remember, you're not arching your back here. You're also not tucking your butt under. You're finding that neutral, that length from the tailbone to the crown. Maybe you want to try bringing your arms up overhead. Maybe you want to try looking up. And maybe you want to try closing your eyes and seeing if you can hold your balance. So much harder with our eyes closed. All right, release your arms by your sides and release the right knee so the right foot comes down beside your left foot. Stand in Tadasana. Breathe. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms and step back to plank or hop straight to Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, come into Balasana, child's pose, releasing your knees to the mat, sitting your hips back and down onto your heels, Forehead comes to the mat. So good. All right, push your hands into the mat as you lift your hips up. Face your knees forward, make sure they're hips width distance, and walk your hands back in front of your knees, lifting your torso up. Find yourself in a kneeling position. All right, you can keep your toes tucked under here for camel pose, or you can untuck them depending on your mobility. It's going to be a lot more accessible to you if you keep your toes tucked, especially if you're reaching back. Otherwise, if you know this is something that's really easy in your body, in your mobility, you can untuck your toes. So take the version you want. Let's bring our hands to the backs of our hips as if that we're putting them in jeans pockets. Inhale as you open your heart, expand your chest, and slightly look up. Push your hands into your hips to ensure that they're moving forward. If you can keep your hips moving forward and not let them sink behind the line of your knee, then you can lift your chest up and open a little bit more, coming deeper into a back bend. Maybe you stay here. Maybe this is all you're doing today and it feels great. If you want, keep going a little deeper, but just make sure those hips continue to push forward and don't sink behind the line of your knees in the front of your thighs. All right, maybe come back a little further. We're holding this for 30 seconds, guys. So stay in a position that feels good in your body. Of course, you can come out of it and go back into it. It's up to you. But since we're holding it, if you want to just go gradually into it, please do so. All right, keep breathing. Keep breathing. Maybe your head drops back. Maybe you reach for your heels. Continue that breath. Let it move through your body. Keep breathing. Come out and go back in if you need. 10 more seconds. All right, bring your hands to the bottom of your back and lift your chest up. Ooh, so good. Maybe a head rush. That's totally normal here. Sit your hips down onto your heels. Bring your arms out in front of you. Bring the knees together. Let's first start in a child's pose with the knees together. Extending the spine here. And now I'd like you to walk your hands back and grab the tops of your heels. Lift your torso enough so that you can really curl your chin into your chest, and then bring your forehead to your knees. They should touch. And the top of your head comes to the mat. When you found that shape and you're really holding firmly onto those heels, can you grab your heels, Patrice? Turn your hands this way, turn them out, and then grab your heels this way. No, face your hand, yeah, now grab. Yeah, that's it, exactly. So to grab your heels correctly, I'm just gonna show this. When you're coming down, palms face the floor, and then you simply move those palms facing the floor onto the top of your heels, and then you'll find the correct knee grab to get into rabbit pose. Okay, so knees and forehead are connected. Top of the head is on the mat. Now you've got your heels really pulling with your hands. Then you can lift your hips up. All right, we really worked our core here. So if tripod is in your practice or headstand, this is a great place to take it. Bring your hands out under your shoulders, get chaturanga arms if you want to take it. If you're in rabbit, stay in rabbit. Then extend your legs to the back of the mat. And you can either tuck in or you can pike up if that's in your practice. Hold your headstand for a moment. If you're in rabbit, you can go ahead and come out of it by sitting your hips down onto your heels and then rolling up from the bottom to the top of your spine. If you're in Shirshasana, start to come back down. Come slowly. Use your core. Release your hips under your heels and roll slowly up. Head is the last thing to lift. We will all meet in this kneeling position. So good. All right, gracefully, just roll your hips to one side of your heels. Bring your hips all the way down onto the mat and shift down into the middle of your mat with your hips if you're not already there. Roll onto your back. Tuck your knees into your chest and give them a squeeze. Try to keep your neck long here. The back of your head is on the mat. Shoulder blades are on the mat. Even the base of your spine is on the mat. Try to bring your knees to your chest and not the other way around. Pull them down. You'll feel a slight pinch in your hip flexors. Good. Now extend your left leg long on the mat and keep the right knee in towards your chest. Grab the outside of the right knee with your left hand and extend your right arm out to the side in a T or a cactus position if you don't have enough space. One more option here is if you want to have that top leg straight, you'll get a deeper stretch. You'll get hamstring and back and hip. So it's up to you. Either keep the right knee bent or lengthen it and grab the outside of the right shin. Now, wherever you have your right leg grabbed, pull it down across your body to the left, finding a spinal twist. Try to melt your right shoulder blade into the mat here. Take another breath. Then come back to center. Extend the right leg long on the mat. Bend the left knee into your chest. Grab the outside of the left knee with your right hand and either keep that left knee bent or again, you can straighten it and grab the outside of the left shin or the left ankle or wherever you want. Extend your left arm to your side, all the way out to the left. So it's teed out, straight out from your shoulder socket. And now pull the left leg across your body to the right, down towards the mat, towards the floor. Find your spinal twist. Try to release the left shoulder blade into the mat, really melt it down. Just breathe gently into this twist. Take another breath. And then bend the left knee, bring it into your chest, and come back to center. One more option, if you want to take it, is plow. For plow, bend your knees so your knees are pointed up at the ceiling, soles of the feet are on the mat below you. Push your hands into the mat beside you. And then try to tuck your knees into your chest, and with a tiny bit of momentum, roll your knees back up and over your face, and then your feet come down to the floor behind you, or maybe your knees bend and your knees come to the sides of your head. Now bend your elbows and bring your hands to the bottom of your spine for support. But try to keep the elbows slightly close together here, not splaying out to the side. This ensures you really have adequate support. If you want, you can extend those legs long over your head and try to push the balls of the feet into the mat or the floor over your head. Take another breath. And bend your knees in towards your forehead and start to allow your back to roll down onto the mat, using the support of your hands to bring it down one vertebra at a time, starting from the top, coming down to the bottom, lowering a little bit at a time. Little bit at a time. Oh, so good. And bring your knees back into your chest. Give them one more squeeze. Then extend your legs long on the mat. Open the heels up, hips width distance, or maybe even as wide as your mat. Extend your arms by your sides. Make sure the hands are off the mat here so you have some space between the arms and the rib cage. Palms face the ceiling. Let the feet naturally flop open. Release any arch in your spine or any clenching in your abdomen. Just let that go. Let the shoulders melt into the mat. Let the feeling of your practice go. Everything that you just felt in that body from all the work, just start to release it and let gravity do its thing here and just bring you down. Close your eyes and enjoy a few moments of rest and solitude in Shavasana. All right, start to bring some awareness back into your body. You just feel the expansion of your rib cage as you breathe in and the contraction as you breathe out. Then either rolling up or rolling to your side, come up to a seated position. If you're rolling to your side and coming through fetal pose, push your hands into the mat beside you. Push yourself all the way up, keeping your eyes closed. Bring your hands on top of your knees, or maybe just down in front of your center. Let's take a breath together. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. This time as you inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, palms come to touch. Bring them to rest down in front of your heart center. Thank you for practicing with us today. Namaste.